Welcome to this YouTube video. Today we'll be playing Stanley the Parable. I just came across this game on PlayStation. Since I got PlayStation Plus, I might as well just check it out.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why is R1 and L2 and L1 both the same button for crouching? Hey yo, the hell?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
What the hell?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What's the frick?
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Hey, you said the first open door on your left. I thought that was a zero over there. My bad. No, this is first.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
correct? I do not care.
I want something bad to happen to you?
Shut up. I do not care.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show
No, you
something
don't.
Beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
This is my story, not yours.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly.
I am colorblind,
right,
as you
fine.
cannot
Go ahead,
tell.
Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
No.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
No.
In this game, the baby
Why
crawls
is there a
left
burning and why
towards
is there a
danger.
baby?
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
It looks hot.
I think the art world
I think I might
will
jump
really
aside.
take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Have fun in the fire.
You heartless bastard.
Uh-huh.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if
To
it's
spite
the latter,
you.
well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating.
Oh no.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Wendigo.
What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
The lost camper
It
and
seems
that weird
obvious to me
creature.
that you are
And
meant
it
to
was
play as a
our job
creepy
to
man spying on innocent
what's it
civilians
called?
below you
Navigate
from
the
up
guy.
high in your creep tower, perhaps for
And
some
the
sort
creature
of
somehow
twisted
gets him.
erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it.
And
What a
then
fascinating
the
venture into the
creature,
experience
what's it
of
called?
total mental depravity.
Appears up here,
So
we
far, I
die.
love everything about this game,
We
Stanley.
just hear the
And it
death
seems there's even
scream
more.
of the guy.
Come, let's venture outward and see
It
what
was
else
really
is out there.
terrifying. Why is the sound of a Minecraft door opening? This is like you find something. Whoa, shoot. Okay. I guess we're going down.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
What?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh.
Really, Trump?
Stanley, what a
Really?
close call. You nearly
We get
wandered off into
through!
that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go.
There
in
was a
any-
path.
Oh,
It said to Jonesy's Lake.
thank
Are you
heavens
dumb?
we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Yeah,
Let's find another game. Preferably something
Jonesy's
with
Lake, bro.
walls.
Come on, bro.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Wait, the opening.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Frick. Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Why
Just
are we in
a
Rocket
nice
League?
big box
Why
for
am
you
I
to
the
run
ball?
around in. There isn't
Where's
any
the
possibility
cars?
that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
How? Where's the vehicles? Where's the ball?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
spawn a
There are lots
ball,
of cars here in the
throw
back,
the
but
ball
obviously
inside of
there's
the
no
hoop.
racetrack.
The goal.
Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley,
Oh, I'm going to
I think
smack you
it's
for saying
sports
that. I'm
ball.
going
Oh,
to
what
smack you for
fun.
saying that.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown
Rocket League is
together.
called. That's
Yeah,
sports ball.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What the frick? I mean, okay. Wow, that was fast.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better
No,
than
it's
my
not.
miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
I do
Stanley, I
not want
had
to
a
be a
thought,
person
and I
with
realize
this
I'm not a
stupid ball.
sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
What the frick? A serious bro. Oh my god. You guys, a session of our balls. Soccer balls. Mechanical soccer ball, bro.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
No,
Are you having fun?
I'm not.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good
It's like
time, because guess
practice, I'm gonna
what?
lie.
It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is
Oh, F
my
you.
game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay. Now what? I'm gonna jump through the hole then.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Wop
How will you
wobbling.
write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
We. Okay. It's abandoned place.
I wonder what he found. If what he
Nothing.
wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
We're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Shut up.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oops.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
I'm going in a loop. I'm going in a loop.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Oh my goodness.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
He is crazy. Everyone's dead.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was
Up to the atmosphere. Why is the lights blinking?
Then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float amid the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently.
Bro's hallucinating, bro. Let me out. I'm going dark.
The cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
I can't see nothing.
The press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
No.
I am okay.
Wait. Where am
Stanley began screaming.
I?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
It's turning very red.
Who am I? And everything went black.
First of all, it was red, then it went black. The narrator's Chucks.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh shoot! Stanley, what happened?
On this particular day,
Wake up, bro.
her walk was interrupted by
sleeping
the
on
body
job.
of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn, Stanley, what happened? He died. We're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here
No
either.
get fired.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Where's his
unraveled,
face?
Stanley wondered in
He's just showing this, his
disbelief
neck and his
who
tie and his
orchestrated
suit.
this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yo.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Splat. Huh?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched
Oh,
closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. No.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
I'm still
killing him
alive.
instantly.
What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, it looks like.
Co-workers. Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Power source at the top of the facility.
I'm starting to think the narrator's crazy.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two.
Not back in
you
this
can
room,
stop
bro.
the program before they both fail.
Not back in this room, bro.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Splat. Really? Are you serious right now, bro?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right.
You
My
freaking
mistake.
moron!
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
What
I
Friday
got
Night
it now.
Funkin'
This
beats are
story
you
is
making?
absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh. I was gonna say, if we can get run over? Oh god. Fired.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a
Well,
spoiler.
now I'm here now.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay.
Got fired.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from
434.
the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
Wait,
From the top.
434. There's someone else. We gotta check 434.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So this guy got fired. No.
When Stanley...
What the frick?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
That was pretty easy, huh? I don't know where I'm going. Nope. I'm still back here.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Oh
It's
god.
got to be better
It's a
than
loop.
this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
I
There's
might
no
be
doors.
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind.
What the
Not
frick?
story.
Is it dead
Okay,
end?
let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
Seems like some Call of Duty
I don't think
Zombies
so.
place.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know
No.
what?
And
Since
there's no
I've completely
exits.
forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I don't believe you.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh,
All
wow.
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
What the frick?
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Nah, I'm going straight.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on. You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yes, you
Well,
did.
I'd like to apologize.
No.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
What the heck?
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell. And I'll see you next time.